Hello and welcome to DCP SideQuest episode number 51. I almost forgot the number.
Wow.
Briar is in his Charlie's Angels setup right there, right? If you're watching the live version.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Is that a new purchase?
That is. I got the Zapper
Ooh.
from the retro game store near my house, as well as a copy of Duck Hunt. And
Nice.
is it Hogan's Alley? I can't remember the other game I bought.
You've
And then quickly found out that the Zapper doesn't work on my small CRTV because it's got a flat screen.
Oh.
I was kind of bummed about that.
It doesn't reflect.
Yeah,
that
I don't
laser.
know. I don't know why. I don't know the science behind why the Zapper doesn't work on the small flat screen, small tube TV. So I thought it would work because it's a tube TV. So I got to try it on the bigger one because luckily I got two.
I was to say, do you get two so you can dual wield? Can you be like, bow, 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 bow?
Two TVs so I can play two different games at the same time.
Oh, no, that is peak performance right there.
He's just, making sure he's got all his options covered. That's all. Right?
That's right.
Your collection's been growing, Briar, right?
It's been fun to kind of, because I keep finding stuff that either I wanted when I was a kid and I never got a chance to play, or stuff that I did get that has like massive memories. Like this week I found Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the NES.
I saw that
for you
tweet.
Europeans, it's the game that's the console that we were playing while you guys were playing with those like mini computer things that are weird. Like your Sinclair and your Vectrix or whatever the hell you were doing over there.
Oh, yes.
Anyhow, the TMNT my mother had given me when I was a little kid for a Christmas present, and I found it early, and I weaseled my way into the bottom of the box and pulled out the cartridge and was playing it for like 2 weeks before Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
How did you hide it? Or maybe she didn't know that you were playing it.
No, she didn't know I was playing it because she was a working mother, a single mother. So a lot of the time I spent home alone.
Gotcha.
Which you can imagine was a disaster. So before she would come home, I'd sneak it back into the box and then reseal the box.
Amazing.
Some work in between cartridge plays.
A lot of memories with that one. And I've been playing that, and that game doesn't get a whole lot of love on the internet, but a lot of people think it's a terrible game. But I love it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
I learned something new from that as well when you put your post up. Because obviously I didn't realize that, but then Colin replied and he was saying about like how all of the ones in the game are obviously with red bandanas as opposed to colored ones, because apparently the old school comics were like super violent. I didn't even realize that. There was me blissfully just assuming that all Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had the 4 different colored bandanas for all eternity, but apparently there's like some underground, like super sinister version.
Yeah, I knew that there was a comic book that like predated the cartoon, but I didn't know it was as different as it was. And I didn't know that the colored bandanas, like each one of the turtles has a different color. Like Michelangelo has yellow and Donatello has purple. That was an invention of the cartoons, probably because they assume that all kids are stupid and they wouldn't be able to tell them apart. But the comic books, apparently, I think the comic books were black and white anyway, but I guess like they were all had the same color bandanas in the comic books, which I didn't know. That was new to me. So the cover of TMNT, all the turtles are wearing red bandanas, but the actual game has the different colors for each turtle.
Oh, okay. Oh, so they are actually writing. Okay. Interesting.
Do these fall under Turtle Facts?
Yeah. TMNT nice. Turtle Facts.
I like turtles.
The facts. More you know.
Love it.
Oh man. So what's going on this week? What are we aside from crazy social injustice and protesting and all
there's that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, Sony have now decided to because obviously last week a lot of stuff was pushed out to kind of make way for messaging and whatnot, but this week Sony have decided to reschedule their Future of Gaming event to June the 11th.
June 11th, okay.
Yeah, in the UK that's 9 p.m. So I guess for you guys that would be 1 p.m. I think. Oh no, so whatever Pacific time is. I don't know time zones. Convert from UK 9 p.m. UK. You can work it out yourself. Anyway, point is June 11th. Their massive, awesome Future of Gaming event, which sincerely I hope actually has gameplay this time and not more CG trailers.
Seriously,
that would be really cool. I wouldn't mind the odd CG trailer, but give me some gameplay. Give me some actual gameplay because this is the one that everyone's been hyping up because obviously. We're in that kind of weird position because obviously there's lots and lots of different events happening anyway. Microsoft, we know, had their kind of early event, which didn't really show any gameplay. They have got their July event, which is the one that's supposed to be first-party stuff, which I hope they will show gameplay. But in between that, obviously all eyes are on Sony because up until now, like Sony have probably been the most quiet. Everyone's been talking about stuff through their blog posts. Microsoft and Sony just love to kind of throw out fancy words that I have no idea what they even mean. So for the idiots out there, I'm hoping I can just sit back and watch this event and just enjoy some nice colors and great gameplay.
Yeah, I want to see the new games. I want to see new games that we don't know about yet. I want to see what the launch lineup is going to be. I don't know if we'll find that out at the press conference, but I also want to see what games are going to be remastered, so to speak, for the launch of the new console. Like I'm really interested to find out what the form factor of this thing is going to be. I know some people care, some people don't care about what the console actually looks like, but that's always one of the fun things for me.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Like actually see what this device is going to look like and how they've built it and that kind of stuff. It's just kind of cool.
You start imagining it on your bookshelf. That's why you want to be able to see it.
Or like the Xbox One, Xbox Series X. Like I do like try and imagine how that thing's gonna fit on my bookshelf because I can't picture it right now because it's such an odd shape.
Yeah.
And I gotta say I've hated the PlayStation 4 industrial design for one reason, and that's because the back of it is slanted from the top to the bottom inward. So that if you are somebody like me who's constantly changing cables, you can't just like look over it and see the ports.
Yeah,
you have to like flip it over and pull it out or whatever.
Yeah, can we please leave the slants behind, please? That's not. It's almost like that. I almost think in the development process of the PS4, they had this stack design that was just normal and vertical, right? And then someone was like, "Looks kind of cool, but looks kind of like the Xbox." So I was like, "I've got an idea," and they just push it like. Yes, that's it. We're a mastermind. And they're just like, yep, we'll do it. We've never had a sliding console. It'll be great. And then
it looks cool. It's just really inconvenient. Like if you're constantly fucking with cables like I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I've actually
like my setup to be.
Yeah, I've really come to appreciate the Xbox form factor for that very reason.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Well, the Xbox looks cool too. I think all the versions of this Xbox have looked cool.
Yeah,
to me,
except for the first one.
Sony need to. Yeah, Sony have had a couple of generations of like booky designs because even the PS3 was this weird bread bin, right?
Oh, that's
and I'm just
right.
like, as somebody that like, I'm not like full on OCD, but when it comes to like my setup, I like things to be very very organized. So I like there to be like clean lines, organized. Like that. So when I had the PS3, I had the dilemma before where it was like
Xbox, a clam, right?
It was that. But then I was like, all right, how do I line up an Xbox 360, a PS3? And a Wii, Wii U at the time, which was already a weird mismatch of shapes, but at least the Wii U and the Xbox had the nice flat front, so I could kind of do this staggered look. But then it was just like weird. It was a nightmare, basically. Just give us a block, and just that's it.
Well, nicely detailed block.
Have you seen that render that they've been showing of? It almost looks like a spaceship, where it's almost like a V shape.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that's what it's going to look like, but if it did look like that, I'd be pretty excited about it because it's flat. It's obviously going to fit fine on a shelf, but it looks cool. Like I don't think Sony's ever made an attractive home console like that. Like if you original PlayStation gray kind of, I don't know, it never appealed to me that much. Now the PlayStation 2 was better, but it wasn't like beautiful. The PlayStation 3, the piano black was kind of neat, but it attracted so much dust. And the one I still have, because my original fat PlayStation that cost $600 when I bought it broke, and I replaced it with like their final generation of the PlayStation 3 Slim that has like a sliding top.
Yeah.
That was not too bad.
Yeah, that was nice.
I don't like it that much.
Also, I think the PS2 looked really nice, personally. Yeah, the nice highlights, the blue and black on there.
I did like the little detail where if you flipped it on the side, you could the little PlayStation emblem, you could actually rotate it.
Yeah, rotate it.
Upright. Yep. That was a neat little detail.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to see
when I saw those shots of what they were like rumors to what the PS5 is looking like, I'm like, oh dear God. Because I get it. Initially, it's like, oh, cool. It's like space tech, it's different. But that same dilemma, like after 2 years, you're going to be like, how the hell is this thing supposed to fit anywhere and not stick out?
Yeah, well, in 2 years, they'll have a redesign anyway.
Yeah, back to a box.
PlayStation 5 Slim, then the PlayStation 5 Ultra, and the PlayStation
and the
5
Xbox Series X Slim 2.0 XYZ. Kind of name getting.
Can we all take a collective moment to say "fuck you" in your naming conventions, Xbox?
Yeah.
You can play your console, but could you name it better? Can we figure this out? Because man, this is bad.
Yeah, trying to stick to ones and all that is it's kind of rough.
Yeah, they should have just called it Series X. At least that would have been enough. But Xbox Series, it's madness. It's madness. But anyway, PlayStation event. Obviously, we got that to look forward to. There's some cool stuff. I feel like we should play PlayStation Bingo, but we'll play it afterwards because there are. Okay. I'm not gonna cheat in this game because there's a couple of things. There's some rumors going around that are looking quite likely. So I think we should touch on those first, and then when the rumors are out, then we can do bingo with what's left. The couple of main things worth talking about. Teft, I know you'll be super happy about this one. Is Demon Souls remake,
Bloodborne,
re-envisioning. Oh, well, Bloodborne we'll get to in a minute.
So I haven't heard about Demon Souls.
Okay, Demon Souls is the leading one. Bloodborne, not a great deal is known. Supposedly, the rumors going around are that the event will end with the Demon Souls remake, but the Demon Souls one is being handled by Bluepoint. Again, all this is rumor. Being handled by Bluepoint, who obviously did Shadow of Colossus and whatnot. And then in a talk they had a while ago when they were talking about it, they were saying that the remake for Shadow of Colossus, they kind of deemed that sort of like a remaster, but they said what they're working on next is what they would call a re-envisioning because it's even more so than they did before. So a lot of the rumors and the kind of job listings going around there suggest that Demon Souls, whereas there are rumors for Bloodborne, which is said to be PC, PS5, upscale visuals, upscale graphics, improved loading times, quality of life improvements, the kind of typical remaster thing. Whereas Demon Souls, because it's so old, it's supposed to be complete re-envisioning. So obviously there'll be, it won't just be bringing it up to current standards. There'll obviously be some nice new additions and whatnot. So that
would be amazing. I never played it on the PS3, and I've thought about buying a PS3 just to play it, but I'm like, then I got that PS3 laying around, and I feel like it's on the verge of getting remastered, but then people are like, nah, it's staying there. It's staying on PS3.
You don't own a PS3?
Not anymore. Got rid of it a long time ago.
Huh.
Yeah. So the fact that there's a legit rumor, legit in quotations, about Demon Souls, that makes me very excited because, again, I never played it, and I would love to play that as the one that kicked things off.
There was a couple of other things. There was a Bluepoint tweet at one point. They there was one where they just sort of did a cryptic tweet. I can't remember the wording, but people kind of got 3 different game references from that. One of them was Castlevania. One of them was Legend of Dragoon. The other one was Demon Souls. But then there was another thing as well where there was a loading, where there was basically a blank slate that they put up, which they then since taken down. But it was it just said title in what looked like Comic Sans, but in the corner it had fast loading ... and then had a picture of a flower, which people have said looks remarkably like the soldier's lotus flower in Demon Souls. So there's a lot of hints and whatnot that have been kind of going around. So it looks cool. So apparently from kind of people that were sort of suggesting rumors and stuff, they're saying that would be one of the kind of things to kind of round out the PlayStation event. Supposedly.
That's one of those games that needs a remake the most, right? Because it's
definitely
the oldest one. It's the one that least people have played. It's the one that didn't get a re-release on the PS4. It's not on PC, right? It was only on PS3. It was a PS3 exclusive.
It's exclusive. Yeah.
So of all those Souls type games, that being the original one too, that kind of started the revolution. That's a really exciting thing.
Yeah, I want to play it.
Yeah.
I've been super close to buying a PS3 just to play that game and stream it, and then I backed off because I was like, I bet a remaster's coming. And then a year later, I'm like, I bet a remaster's coming. And then a year later, I bet a remaster's coming.
Yeah, they remastered Dark Souls 1, right? So
yeah.
But Dark Souls 1, didn't Dark Souls 1 come out on the PS4, or did that come out on the PS3 as well? That came out on the PS3 and X3.
Came out on the PS3, but they remastered everything with in celebration of Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
Or remastered.
They did it on PC too. They had that game came out on PC as well.
But it was very problematic, so they needed some things to fix on that. So that remaster needed to happen as well, and they put it on the Switch.
True.
Right, I'm pretty sure they put it on the Switch.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure they did. Yeah. Does it run? It can't run at 60 on the Switch, can it? It's got to run at 30.
I'm not sure. I'm not too sure. I've heard from people that it runs quite well, but I haven't seen like how it runs.
It's got a good spirit. It really tries.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Its
heart's in the right place.
Precisely. It's the most important thing. And then your other title that is obviously, I mean, this one is kind of an obvious one here, but there's been a lot of chats about it. But the other rumor is that we'll see. I don't know whether it'll be in trailer or gameplay, but we'll see Horizon Zero Dawn 2 announced at.
That's exciting.
Supposedly, yeah.
So that's a rumor that's getting more and more real.
Yeah. I mean, because if you kind of sort of go back a while ago, when Horizon Zero Dawn first came out, the original plan was for it to be a kind of a long-running series anyway. Initially they had a trilogy plan, but until the first game sold, that wasn't really signed off. But then obviously when it did really well, they obviously kind of moved forward. So they have plans to continue with this. So that makes sense. A couple of rumors going around for it. Supposedly there may be a co-op component to it as well, which would be quite interesting. Because you think about that world where it's basically Monster Hunter with robot dinosaurs, right? So it would definitely work in co-op. That would be kind of cool. So yeah, I mean, not too much else is known.
And this will be a PlayStation 5 game.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, they haven't said whether it would be cross-gen. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think the rumors have said whether it would be cross-gen or not. So I would imagine PlayStation 5 because they want to kind of push the tech and whatnot. But
yeah,
it depends on when it goes. I feel like anything that comes out in year one is going to be a cross-gen game, right?
Man, I hope it's not held back by PS4.
Yeah, I sincerely hope not.
That would suck.
I don't know. I mean, how long have developers had this generation, this upcoming generation, with this hardware in hand to develop for it specifically?
That's a good question.
I feel like it hasn't been long.
Yeah, true.
I mean, they know that development timelines take 2-3 years minimum to really put out something that's going to have some polish to it.
It could also be that they announce Horizon Zero Dawn 2 and it comes out in 2022.
True. I do feel like they're not going to want to do a cross-gen for that one because one of the things is the original game was supposed to be a lot bigger, but obviously they were limited scope. So they have said that the rumors again, the rumors are say that this is going to be gigantic in scope. So if it's going to be that big, you're obviously going to need some power behind it. So I feel like they probably will just push it on PS5 so they can do what they want with it. But who knows?
Yeah. That would sell consoles. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it would. Yeah. People would be like, yeah, I want to play Horizon Zero Dawn 2 because that was a great title on PlayStation 4, the original, a leading title to make people be interested in actually playing it on PS5 because I'm hoping that the tech just wouldn't even be possible on PS4. So the PS5 version is a necessity. I think that'd be amazing.
Let me ask you this: Does the knowledge that Horizon Zero Dawn
Horizon Zero Dawn
Dawn is coming to the PC, does that make you think, should I play this on PlayStation 5 or should I wait for the PC version?
For me personally, I think the PS5 version is going to be just as good as the PC version on launch. There's going to be a certain parity with ray tracing and all that at launch. 3-4 years down the road, that's not going to be the case, obviously. But with launch games, I think it's going to be fun.
I also don't think they're going to, even though they're bringing Horizon 1 to PC, they even said in an interview, Herman Hall said they brought Horizon because they felt like it was a good fit, but they say that doesn't mean to say that future AAA games from PlayStation are always necessarily going to do that. And while Microsoft are heavily pushing the play anywhere, we don't care, you can buy our console or you can just play our games on PC. I feel like PlayStation are still very much going to hold on to the fact that they are in the console war, so to speak, a market leader in terms of the position they hold. So I feel like with them, they're probably gonna say, Horizon Zero Dawn 2 comes to PS5 first. If they want to push it on PC, I could see them do it a year later. So then they just force people into that platform.
Sure, yeah.
Which I mean, I'd be completely fine with. But hey, you know, I can't. If this happens, I can't wait to see the it's going to be great. The Sony ponies reactions, like they already got angry when Horizon Zero Dawn came to PC. If they announced Bloodborne's also coming to PC, they'll be like, I quit PlayStation. I'm never buying your console again.
I blocked all those people when I was doing my mass block for the All Lives Matter people.
Nice.
Fair. Yes.
I just figured I'd knock out both groups in one fell swoop.
Get them all done.
They are the same group. So yeah.
Hey, real quick, Briar, I think your speakers are on because I'm hearing some bleed.
Oh, my bad.
Yep.
They're off now.
Okay.
I like to really hear myself.
Important,
I was like, I wasn't hearing it before.
Like, gems.
More and more bleed was creeping in. I'm like, something's going on.
So
wait, so Bloodborne. I want to talk about that. Yeah.
Bloodborne confirmed? Like that's confirmed now, right?
It's not confirmed.
Not confirmed. It's heavily rumored,
right?
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah. So the heavy rumors are that would also be announced during the event. It is. I don't know. It's weird that they would announce them both because it seems like a sort of like Stolen Thunder thing. But like the Bloodborne rumor is that whereas Demon Souls is a re-envisioning because obviously there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Bloodborne is more so just a remaster. So yeah, it would be HD visuals, new textures. It would be improved loading times, quality of life improvements, 4K, and also ultra wide support. And that's, I think, all the rumors so far.
It's good I did not wearing pants because they would be very tight right now.
Wow!
I hope it's real.
Oh, you're gonna fix the only problem I have with that game?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and improved frame rate, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, I would hope.
I will buy that game again twice. I will buy a physical copy for the PlayStation 5, and I will buy a digital copy for my computer.
Mm-hmm.
I love that game dearly, but it has such a glaring flaw. And it's such a. I actually just booted that game up on. Was it yesterday or Saturday? Again, just because like I kept hearing these rumors, so I wanted to like, is my remembrance of this as bad as it? You know, is it really that bad? Oh, it's that bad. That frame rate is garbage.
I want them to release it because I never got to play Bloodborne, and I know I could go back and play it, but like I want to play it.
Wait for the good version.
If they
the
launch
better version, I should say.
Like it would be amazing if they launched the PS5 version at launch with the PS5. Just to have, and also PC. I don't think there's any reason to hold it on to not have it on PC as well. Like I let people play an amazing game. The game is what, 4 years old now?
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah, like
you're not going to lose any sales by moving it now. Like sure, I can understand when a brand new game comes out, like Sony being like, we're going to just have it in one place because that's where. Yeah, exactly right. But like,
baller packing game that would be too. I remember when I bought my first PlayStation. I think it was my first PlayStation 4. It might not have been my first PlayStation 4. I think I bought 3. One of my PlayStation 4s came with The Last of Us remastered.
Oh,
and like that was a pretty nice add-in. You know, it'd be cool. A Bloodborne remastered add-in would be a nice.
That would be really nice. Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Also, Horizon Zero Dawn as well. What if they did like a remaster so it's both on PC and PS5?
Yeah.
True. Maybe that would be their tide you over. It would be like, hey, we're gonna do Horizon Zero Dawn 2 in a couple years, so replay number 1 now on PS5. Like,
I don't think I've ever played a game where I wanted mouse controls as much as I did in Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for aiming the bow, like it was so. You have to be so precise to like do that well. That man, like anytime I missed, I was like, I would have made that shot with a mouse.
Yeah, it was partly because of the frame rate dipping at times from all the stuff going on. Yeah. What I remember, it wasn't like locked 30, or I mean, it didn't feel like a super smooth lock 30 in the middle of battles. Battles felt like it tanked the frame rate. But I mean, the game
down to that cinematic 25.
Yeah, exactly. Cinema. So that's the rumors, right?
Exciting times. So we got let's have a little bingo, a little PlayStation bingo. What else what do you think we might see? And then we can revisit this next week and see if we're correct. Now that we've taken those out of there.
Is a price cheating? Is that too obvious? Like here's the price.
I don't think anything's obvious right now.
We can do a price bingo. What do we think it's going to cost?
Separate price bingo. Let's do that.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go $399.99. That's American dollars. That's freedom bucks right there.
Okay,
freedom bucks.
Freedom bucks. What do you think?
God, see, I think it's going to be 400 also.
So here's the thing. I'm going to say this. I don't hope it's this because it's astronomical, but I hope just for the memes, they charge $599.
Oh my God!
Do you remember the what was it? Was it 2004?
Aspirational.
Yeah. But do you remember the famous PlayStation conference back in the day? The one that we did the funny meme edit with the flip over the crowd for massive damage and the Ridge Racer, and it's like you can buy this for the bargain price of $599.
Yeah.
But yeah, right. there are talks though that it might be potentially more expensive, and also if you guys are serious about getting it, when they do announce it and pre-orders go open, be ready, because apparently there was a news article the other day saying that because of stuff that's going on at the moment, there may be a shortage of supply launched. So be ready with your pre-order, like bam.
Yeah. Who am I going to pre-order through?
Yeah.
Who are you guys going to pre-order?
Not GameSpot.
Probably Amazon. I normally go to Amazon, or in the UK we've got Game as well, which is like our UK game shop. I'll probably pre-order from one of the. I tend to place like a couple of pre-orders just to make sure I've got it locked in, and then once I get closer, then I'll obviously only keep one of them.
That's the play.
I've always
right there.
I've always liked doing the GameStop pre-order because I like going on launch night and like hanging out with everybody who's like super excited for the new console or the new game. But I am not convinced that GameStop is going to be around in November. I'm not sure. I think I might do Best Buy this time because I do want to go to a launch event, and maybe that'll be like the best I could do around here.
Best Buy is a good option. Yeah.
Socially distanced launch event where like the queue is even longer because it's
exactly
every single person.
But you could also get the hardware protection because historically, launch consoles tend to have some sort of issue that they didn't iron out. So if you get
good point.
That way if it did break in a year, you could be like, give me a new one, Best Buy.
If it's $600, I might actually consider not buying it.
Yeah, I mean I actually hope it's not that price because that would just be ridiculous. But it's weird. It's weird because like some companies like Microsoft have always historically sold their console at a loss. I mean everyone sells consoles at a loss, but I mean like I feel like Sony's one of those kind of proud companies. It's a lot. They're often like, oh, our console is so good, we can sell it more because people will buy it anyway. Whereas some companies like, we're going to have to take the L on this kind of thing. So I don't know. It's really hard to say. Sony have made some wild choices in the past, but
yeah, $499. I'll piss and moan about it, but I'll probably still get it. $599. Like I'll really strongly consider not getting it at launch. Like I'll really strongly consider it, especially if like they don't have a launch lineup that is like incredibly compelling.
I mean, I really want to play Godfall. Of course, that's on PC too.
Yeah,
right?
That's on PC.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that because I didn't even realize until the other day because when they first announced it, they did that kind of typical thing where they were like, announce it on PlayStation. Didn't say it's exclusive, just said it's on PlayStation. Mm-hmm. But now that I know it's on PC, I feel like I'm probably just gonna play it on PC.
Yeah. And like if they come out with a bunch of trailers on Thursday, but like none of the new stuff, like if it's all remastered stuff that's coming out like at launch time with a couple of like throwaway titles, you know how launch titles tend to be.
Yeah.
And it's $600.
What are you trying to say about Knack? Like, Knack 1 and 2 are an institution of amazing gaming.
You're a narc and you're a liar.
Talking smack on Knack? Come on.
Knack's one of the gaming greats. Goes out in history. He literally sits there right next to Mario.
Yeah. We have to have Knack 3, obviously. Actually, that's one of my predictions, is we're seeing Knack 3.
Knack 3.
At the event.
Okay.
That wouldn't surprise me, to be honest.
That would be amazing.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to say $499 for the console price.
Okay.
Because Briar took mine, what I thought. Eric's going wiling out. I'm going to say $499, and they take a loss, but it's still kind of expensive. For me, I'd say I'd pay up to $800 because I want that console and I want the games that are coming with it. But that's as a streamer. If I was not a streamer, $500 would be my max.
Even as a streamer, though, it's like if they don't have anything at launch that is like super compelling,
but
and
they
like
will.
the good stuff is coming to 21, 22, they will. Like what? Like what at launch?
No, I mean like they will at some point. So I'm like, I might as well just get that console.
Could there
now.
have been a price drop by then?
Oh, in 6 months?
I don't think
you
get
a price?
Nah,
or a hardware revision? What's coming in the first 6 months? What's coming in the first year? That
so
is like
Godfall is supposed to be a launch title.
But it's not exclusive. It's that's coming to PC as well. So what's exclusive to the PS5 that's going to be in the first year that like is really compelling that we know about right now? I don't think I know about anything right now.
I think right now the only thing that we because they haven't had their game event, the only thing that we know is on PS5 is Godfall, and obviously now we know Outriders because we know that's just all platforms.
Oh yeah.
So outside of that, we don't actually know of anything else on PS5. I don't think.
Destiny 2.
That's a good point.
Destiny 2, if they brought that over, so you have a nice 60 FPS, but on a console.
That's not worth $800.
True. No, you raised a good point. I guess that question we won't be able to answer until we sort of see it on Wednesday, because I guess that's the idea of this event. Because I would imagine once they've dropped that event, they'll probably maybe if they give us a price, then obviously they'll open up pre-orders, right? So, that'll be the make or break, because that'll be when they show the stuff and they show like, because hopefully they do get it right. Hopefully they show a load of first party stuff to be like, this is why you want to buy PlayStation, and not just be like, here's FIFA and here's random other sports games.
Like my guess is there will be like 2 or 3 games that are kind of launch exclusives, but they won't be like huge things. It's not like God of War 2 isn't going to be a launch game, right?
True, yeah.
Right. But
it'd be cool if it was.
This is what I'm saying. If they aligned Horizon Zero Dawn 2 to be a launch title specifically for PS5, and then they're like, also we remastered Horizon Zero Dawn OG and put it on PC as well, so you can have a taste, and then be like, come buy this hardware. I think that'd be smart. I don't know.
What's the timing on Horizon Zero Dawn? When did the first one come out?
Is it 3 years ago?
2017. Yeah.
3 years ago.
The timing seems about right.
Yeah, I mean they had all that tech already developed for how the mechanics of the game work. So they just had to build more game with a few more extra awesome things. Because they said like the majority of the pain of the development on that was building the actual mechanics for stripping pieces of armor off. That took them
it's probably optimistic, but I could see that happening. Maybe not at launch, even if it's in the first year, that'd be a big first year.
Yeah,
title.
maybe like launch window and not launch day.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, they did make a DLC. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's a good point. Carnivon in chat said that.
Any more predictions? Like what do you?
Okay.
Any more bingo card things?
Let's see.
For $800, this thing better brew espresso.
We might see Spider-Man 2.
A little Nespresso pods. Spider-Man 2?
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, from Insomniac, because first one was so popular. I mean, I feel like that's a franchise they want to revisit, right? I mean, like it went down so well, and everyone loves superheroes right now. I feel like Spider-Man.
I don't know. Superheroes aren't really that hot right now. I don't know if it's the right time.
Maybe
just putting my pulse on the finger of the world right now. Not feeling superheroes.
True. Maybe true, but I still feel like everyone's got time for Spidey. Everyone's got time for your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
I actually own that game. I still haven't played it yet. It's still sealed. I want to play it. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Yeah, I can't wait. You didn't finish it?
No, I mean, I want to, but because I think it came out. I can't remember. There was like so many things that came out around that time. So I started it, and then
I remember that. Yeah, that was the September Blitz. That was the Blitz of September.
Yeah,
right?
That was it. Yeah,
just one after the other.
That's the thing with me and story games. Unless I literally sit down, like, right, this is being played like the next 3 or 4 days, nothing but this, and I finish it. If I even take a small break, I know it's not like a story like game, like in the kind of normal sense, but like with those kind of games, if I take a small break, I'm not coming back.
I am guilty of this as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why I feel like
every once in a while I'll come back and like actually get back into it, but very rarely.
It takes that's the thing. It's so difficult. That's why I need to be in that flow. So when it comes to like Last of Us, for example, like I'm just kind of taking a few days off from like the videos and just sit and just play it so I can get through it. Same for like Ghost, because I'm trying to sort of make a more conscious effort, because like last year there were so many games that I juggled so many, and then there would be times when I'm like, okay, cool, I've jumped into this story game, but also there's this other loot-based persistent game that needs my attention, and it's just like, yep, story game just fell on the wayside. So
yeah, and then when something's new, I want to be part of that zeitgeist conversation. Like I like being able to talk about stuff when everybody's talking about it, because it's fun. It's weird talking about a game. Like if I started going off about Spider-Man right now, I'd be like, yeah, no shit, Briar. We came to that conclusion.
Yeah, it was fun when I played it a few years back. Totally remember that.
Back in the 2010s. Before the world burned down.
True.
Yeah, any other predictions?
That is a risky business.
Any other predictions?
Do you think we'll see God of War 2?
I don't think so. I think that's still too fresh.
I feel like
too soon.
I really want to, but I feel like it would almost be a dream announcement would be like slowly be like God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Bloodborne, Demon's Souls. I'm just like, are they really gonna do like? It's not the same kind of thing with Nintendo. It's like, would they really pack all their like big IPs into one presentation when they can be like, no, this is the year of Mario. You're gonna hear about Mario next year when it's all about Zelda. So I feel like for them to kind of blow their load, so to speak, in one presentation probably isn't gonna be the thing.
Do you think they're gonna announce any kind of new titles? Brand new
I
stuff?
hope so, like new IPs.
I really hope so.
Yeah, I hope we get at least one announcement of an IP that's been in development, but not Sony style where it's going to be 5 years later when we finally get to play it. Like something that's been baking and they're just going to trim off a little piece for us to have a taste and be like, okay, yeah, launch title.
That would be really, that I would like to see. Because I mean, that's the thing, because it's like we sort of saying before, like as you start to get to like a new generation, like I mean, obviously there's still like so many fantastic games and whatnot, but like one of the things that I always like so much about Generation is like, yes, we've all got IPs that we're super attached to. We're like, I want to see another God of War. I want to see another Soulsborne style game. Like, definitely. But I'm just like, I'm always more excited about the new stuff. It's the same principle I have with like, when it comes to like loot-based games. Everyone's like, I want to hold onto my weapon. I'm like, I don't care about that weapon. I've had that for 2 seasons. Like, I want new stuff, right? So I'm definitely more excited about what they can do now. So yeah, 100%. If they can show something like cool and crazy and like something we've never seen before, that would be whew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because anytime you spend enough time with a franchise, it's going to get old,
Yeah.
Like you can't. It's like the first movie in a series of movies is always the best movie because it was fresh and new. Like every sequel is just building off of that. It's never going to surprise and shock you as much as the first one did.
Yeah.
With the exception being like something like God of War where they just completely switch it up.
But still, it was they had to do some drastic changes for that to happen, for that to work with God of War, and they had to execute it perfectly, and they did. They were able to do the Hail Mary and nail it. But I think Horizon Zero Dawn 2 would be the perfect title with this, and like I have no idea if that's even going to be a possibility for them to launch with that. But can you imagine? Because like that game had a huge amount of hype behind it. People love it. Love the experience.
I feel like PlayStation need to. They're gonna, if they want to be competitive, they're gonna want to have some kind of notable IP because supposedly Halo Infinite is a launch title for Series X.
Interesting.
So, and I know
that's some big energy right there.
That's the thing, right? And I know in recent years, Halo
flop that thing right on the table,
like bam. But that's the thing. I know, like in recent years, like Halo might not necessarily kind of done everything people wanted to, but Halo is still a franchise that holds a lot of weight. Like I feel like maybe if they mess it with Infinite, maybe then it'll start to go down the pan a bit. But I feel like Infinite there's a lot of eyes on that. So the fact that is a launch title, you can be like, all right, Series X might be the only first IP, the only first party IP they launch with, and the rest is like third party. Fair enough. But if they have that in and of itself, and PlayStation suddenly say, oh, we're only launching with third party things you can also play on Xbox, then that's not very compelling. So if they could be like, all right, we see your Halo Infinite, we raise you Horizon Zero Dawn 2, then it's like, bam, all right.
Now you got a crazy November at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then people can be like, which console do I buy? Then you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah, but Halo's gonna be on PC though, right?
True. Yeah. True.
But still, like the IP pull of getting excited about that stuff. I do feel like Halo's gone through a lot of fatigue, and Halo 5 definitely wasn't met with the reception that they were thinking.
More interest in Infinite, though. Like, there's something about this one that has people kind of with their eyes on it, just because it's not a numbered sequel. That Infinite thing is kind of interesting. Like, what are they going to do?
They've
like,
also taken more time to develop
Halo experience. Yeah.
I think a lot of people are seeing it as like the redemption kind of story, because again, it's not to say that Halo has gone really bad, but like it definitely, for people that are, and I'm not necessarily like the longest term Halo fan, like I came in quite late, but for people that have been with it since number one, I think their general consensus is that more recently it has gone down. So a lot of people are thinking Infinite is like the make or break, like they either smash it out of the park and Halo is back, or they get it wrong again and Halo is dead.
Yeah, it's tough. It's one of those like the rose-colored glasses type of thing, because people loved Halo back then, but it was also a different time in gaming, and stuff has changed dramatically. And Halo 5 adopted some newer stuff that's happened recently, and it worked for some people, but a lot of people are kind of like, I got other games to play, Yeah.
And well, that's a series that's been going on for a very long time, and the people who even started it aren't even developing it anymore. So it's not like this like thread of like this. My favorite creators are making this game,
Yeah, it's true. There's a lot of factors that are affecting it, but
but those first 3 Halo games were fucking fantastic.
Yes.
I'm gonna drop my my Jar Jar Binks opinion again, and I really like Halo 4. Halo 4 is probably my favorite one.
Yeah, that is a Jar Jar Binks opinion, man.
You know why, right? Because
that's some Amiga bullshit right there.
But you know why, right? I think I'm a little bit biased, because when I worked at Microsoft, I worked in test on Halo 4. Nice. So I got to try Halo 4 before. There was a couple of abilities that never made it into the final game that were so cool in Halo 4 that we got to mess around with. So that was fun. But then when it came out, because for me, because I came into Halo quite late, because I never had like an Xbox originally, so I didn't play Halo 1 or 2 or 3. I came in at Reach. So when I first played Reach and I went into like online multiplayer, prior to that, I'd always been used to like games where you sprint in multiplayer and like you're free to move. And suddenly I'm playing Halo where it's like I'm not aiming down sights and I'm walking and it feels quite slow. I was like, this is quite clunky. So when they brought out Halo 4, I was like, oh, this is more what I know in like shooters. And I loved like all the abilities, being able to go behind someone and like do the execution and like jetpack and boost and stuff. I was like, this is cool. So yeah, but I guess I'm not really a Halo diehard fan, so maybe I'll just keep my opinion to myself.
I actually liked 4 also.
Halo 4 came out at a weird time for me, because I think like I had felt like the Halo story had reached its conclusion. When like I'm thinking about Halo 4, I'm like, what story do you tell there? Like, what do you do here? But then also, it's like I had transitioned out of the Halo multiplayer and like kind of transitioned into Call of Duty multiplayer, so I wasn't like that into the Halo. Games. So it's like one of the big draws of Halo had always been the multiplayer for me, but I wasn't that interested in it anymore because I had transitioned into something else. So my opinion of Halo 4 is very much colored by my experience at the time, not necessarily the quality of the title.
Yeah, I enjoyed Halo 4. I had a lot of fun playing it. Reach was my favorite, but
you're letting that Jar Jar energy infect you.
No, I even liked some of the maps on there. They were great. Haven, I think Haven I actually really liked. They brought that back over to Halo 5 too, that map.
Did they? One of the things that drove me crazy about the Halo franchise over time was that they kept reusing the same maps over and over again. Like they come out with new ones, and then they'd also bring the old ones. Like Blood Gulch just came back like every time. Yeah.
So predictions. Any more predictions for the PS5 event?
Sega's gonna roll in, drop a megaton bomb. They're gonna announce the new Sega Genesis 2. They're gonna rock the world. They'll be like $199, bitches, and then they'll walk off the stage.
Imagine that. I mean, it's a bit expensive. I'm not sure I could quite justify
the ultimate new console. That's the next gen right there.
Sega Genesis Series X 2.0.
17 bits of power.
Wow.
Florida Gator brings up Elden Ring in chat. Do you think we're going to see anything about Elden Ring? I personally don't think we are. I don't think we are. If we see remaster stuff about Demon Souls and Bloodborne, if that becomes official at this, I don't think they're going to talk about Elden Ring.
There's too much From Software stuff, you think?
Yeah, potentially.
But also that FromSoft announcements are usually like that's what they focus on. When
also, although it's not going to be exclusive to it, didn't the Elden Ring announcement originally show in Xbox's conference?
I think it did, yeah.
I believe so, because last year PlayStation had a conference. They just didn't have. They just weren't at E3. No, they didn't have a conference last year, did they? No, they didn't. So
was last year the weird thing where they dragged the press all over the place, or was that the year before?
That was the year before. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think So I believe that's the one. So I think if they're going to show it, maybe they were showing Xbox. But I agree with you. I think like that would be a lot of FromSoft stuff shown in one thing. And although I would love it, I think it would be a kind of a weird thing. Because I almost feel like they're going to give us Demon Souls and Bloodborne to tide us over while they're still working on that. Because when you factor in all we've seen of Elden Ring is like a little kind of cinematic and stuff. Whenever they do that, you kind of get the feeling that it's still quite a way away. Especially if they're working with the author of what's his name? Game of Thrones. Doesn't that guy take bajillion years?
JJ
Martin?
J.R. Martin?
He hasn't even finished the storyline yet. He's dude
he hasn't even finished his coffee to go start writing yet.
They've completed the game plan. They're like, so how do we improve the stories? Like, I'm gonna start any day now. I promise you. And we kind of need to get a game out. Yes, I'll write it.
He's got the title on the page.
It says here you haven't even cashed a check.
Oh dear. Oh, that's the one other thing. I do hope we see. I know we're not going to get much from it, but it would be amazing if they just dropped at least a title, like a 10-second clip of Final Fantasy Remake Part 2.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That would be amazing.
That'd be real cool. I doubt it for some reason.
Because the game just came out, right?
Although I could see them just doing a fucking title or whatever.
Like putting the 2 on there.
Yeah. Square's got no shame about that kind of thing.
Part 2.
Yeah. I mean, if all the predictions come true, though, I mean, that would be a blinder of a stream, right? I mean, that's just so many gangbusters.
What about VR? Do you think we'll see anything about VR? I mean, PlayStation VR has been pretty successful. I think they've mentioned in the past that the current headset will be forward compatible with the PS5.
Oh, okay.
But I would imagine they are going to release another headset for the PlayStation 5.
Would that up the visuals? What they can do with that headset?
Well, you could do a higher resolution headset for sure. But also working with the PlayStation Move.
I'm saying PS5 hardware with the current headset, that would up the visuals, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I feel
but it'd be nice to see a higher res headset.
Sure, yeah. Obviously.
I almost feel like they probably wouldn't initially because I feel like it's been big for them. But I would hope, right, given the way they've been hyping up this event, I mean, it could be wrong because they have missed the ball in the past. They've kind of hyped up stuff and then it's been a bit of a miss. But I would hope that if they've got all their eyes on this time up until this point and they're in their stance in such a great position because Microsoft obviously got a lot of cool stuff coming, but at the same time their first presentation wasn't really a great showing. So if they smash this out the park, it's going to be huge. So I feel like if they're sensible, VR is very, very cool. But I feel like attention right now in the grand scheme of things, when it's next gen console with all the crazy games or VR, if you have to pick one, I feel like everyone's I don't care about VR right now. I want to know this. So I feel like if they had to pick it, I would think they would focus everything on that for now and then maybe do a VR talk later.
That's not really what they do, though. I just watched the PlayStation 4 announcement. Digital Foundry has a cool series of videos where they go back and they rewatch old E3 announcements for consoles. And they make fun. They make fun of here's all the shit they talked about, and here none of this shit came true. And here's the they at the PlayStation 4 announcement, they talked forever about their PlayStation Live service, which they had recently just bought Gaikai. They had David Perry up on the stage talking about how this is going to change gaming, being able to instantly start playing a game instead of downloading it first, and that shit obviously didn't come true. Google's still working on it, but with pretty limited success, it would appear. So a lot of the stuff they talk about at these press conferences isn't necessarily the future of gaming, or it's not about gaming.
I forgot that feature. It's really funny.
Yeah, I mean, part of that actually changed the landscape of gaming, though, for real, is because part of that presentation was that the PlayStation 4 would stream live to Ustream. Like, but I mean, the built-in sharing service is now a standard feature.
That's true. Yeah,
on all consoles, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, how many streamers got their start by streaming on the PlayStation?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and it prioritized Twitch streams that were streaming off of PlayStation hardware.
Yeah, it didn't work great for Ustream, but really worked great for Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Well, I'm excited to see.
It'll be fun to see what they talk about. Can we talk about Sega for a little bit?
Yeah,
sure.
Let's do it.
Go ahead.
Sega had 2 huge announcements.
Huge
megaton announcements. One was they announced the new the Game Gear Micro consoles. These things are tiny. Okay, so are you guys familiar with the Game Gear?
Yes, absolutely.
Like it's a Game Boy competitor. It was about the same time as the Game Boy Color. It had a color screen. It took 6 batteries that it would chew through in about 7 minutes. But it did play pretty good games. It played Master System games essentially. So it was like, an 8-bit color console that was pretty cool. I still have mine. It doesn't work, unfortunately.
It had Mortal Kombat on it, and I really wanted one.
It did have Mortal Kombat. It had Gunstar Heroes. It had Sonic the Hedgehog. It had a bunch of good games. It had Ninja Gaiden. Anyhow, so Sega has announced these things. There's going to be 4 of them. A black one that comes with Sonic the Hedgehog, Outrun, Puyo Puyo 2, and Royal Stone. A yellow one with Shining Force 2, Shining Force Final Conflict, and Nazo Puyo. A blue one with Sonic and Tails, Baku Baku Animal, Gunstar Heroes, and Sylvan Tale. A red one that comes with Columns, Game Gear Shinobi, Megami Tensei Gaiden, Last Bible Special. So each one of these only comes with 4 games, and you get each one for a low price of $50.
Whoa. So I've got to buy all of them? So you mean if I want all the games, I've got to get
But wait,
4
there's more. You can buy all of them, and if you do, you get a 5th one that's got a clear plastic shell, comes with a display case, but the 5th one doesn't come with any games because it doesn't actually do anything. It's just there for show.
It's a prop.
So you're buying that one, right? You're buying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do it, right? I mean, you have to buy all 5.
No, I don't think so. I think maybe the blue one, maybe the black one. I mean, they're not confirmed for release in any English speaking territory, so I'm going to assume that the Shining Force 2, Shining Force Final Conflict, like you're not buying that one because it's all Japanese games. You're not going to be able to play them. Those are role playing games. Same with so anything like I love the Game Gear Shinobi game. It's a really good game. Columns is a good game, so the red one is cool. But it comes with Megami Tensei Gaiden and Megami Tensei Gaiden Last Bible Special, which I don't know what those games are, to be honest with you.
I think they're just RPGs, right? I think.
Are they more RPGs? I assume that they were, because that's what Megami Tensei is now, right? And then, so like, you get 2 games that you can play in English-speaking countries with the red one. You get Sonic Tales, Gunstar Heroes, definitely. I don't know about Baku Animal, and I don't know about Sylvan Tale on the blue one. Gunstar's Hero is a fantastic game on the Game Gear, but $50? And this thing is tiny. It's hard to explain. Like, in the palm of your hand, you can fit a couple of these things.
Really?
That is crazy.
Yeah, they're tiny. They're really small. So, like, you playing any game on those, like, it looks like a keychain kind of thing. Like, you put it on the end of your keychain.
For $50.
Like the old Tamagotchis. When is someone going to bring back Tamagotchis? That's what I want.
I don't know. I would buy one.
I almost bought one the other day because when I was on an Instagram advert, like the old school one, an advert came back for like being able to buy them, but then they were extortionately expensive. I was like £80. I'm like,
$80.
I don't want to pay £80 to like pick up some poop from this little slugmon.
No. So, in all honesty, I might buy the blue one.
Yeah,
because I really like Gunstar Heroes. And it'd be fun to have like this little tiny thing. But I know I'm not going to play it because it's like too small.
Yeah, it's too small. The form factor is like rough.
But think about the special display case one, the 5th one.
Yeah.
You know you want that.
Exclusive.
You know I do. Of course I do. But like we got big purchasing decisions this year, and I've spent a lot of money already.
Maybe we should split it. What if we
analog pocket? Okay, now you're talking.
Yeah.
Here's how we split it. You pay for it, and I'll hold on to it. 50-50.
We can go 50-50, and you can have 3 and I'll have 2. How about that?
Eric's wants the clear one.
Display case. Yeah, I don't want to play games. You see that it's perfect for me because I'm an incredibly busy person who can't actually play games. So if I can get the Game Gear that doesn't have games on it, I'll just be like,
perfect.
It's great.
But like, if you look at the analog pocket is coming out, that's another portable system, and that's going to play every Game Gear game.
Yeah. I need the date for that. When is that coming out?
I don't know, man. I am dying to see.
Any news on it?
No. I assume it's been delayed because of the
they'll announce it as soon as PS5 pre-orders open up, and they'll be like, "Hey, your $599 PS5 and your game and your analog pocket." I'm like, no.
But also, like, another handheld I'm looking forward to is I can't remember the name of it off the top of my hand. It's the one with the crank on it.
Oh yeah.
That one's supposed to come out this year still too. I was just actually reading about it, but that one is going to have you buy it, and then after you buy it, once a week a game is going to get unlocked on it.
Right.
And that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Playdate. That's it.
Playdate. Yep.
Yes. Playdate. Yeah. Which I'm looking forward to. I think that one's going to be relatively inexpensive too.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks really cool. I definitely want that just because it just looks weird and different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then of course we still got 2 major home console launches. So Game Gear kind of not like top of my mind.
Pretty low on the list. When I saw this, I was like, So you have to buy separate ones. You can't just like swap an SD card back and forth for different titles and all that.
Yeah, and they're not even coming to our country. Like, they haven't announced it coming to like English speaking territories yet. So like the games are going to be in Japanese. Which Sega, for some games doesn't matter.
Is Sega just like super ahead of their time? Is that what it is?
Sega. Well, hold on. There's more Sega to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I mean, if these things came out at $20 each, I would definitely be buying.
I'd buy one. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's like just a stupid thing to have like on the side, like next to your couch, like just to mess around with. But at $50, that's not priced right. Although it could be. Don't all those mini consoles come down in price pretty quick?
I don't know. I haven't looked at them.
I feel like any mini console that isn't Nintendo, because Nintendo just hold their price just like
yeah.
So I reckon so. Yeah,
it could be. But they also had another huge tech announcement. Huge. They were teasing this one too, hard. So Sega announced Fog Gaming. This isn't a mistranslation either. That's what I first said. Did they mean cloud gaming? But like somebody mistranslated it to Fog Gaming? No, it's fog. Fog, like mist, like low level mist. Yeah. So this is going to be, they're going to use arcade cabinets connected to the internet, which have, like computing hardware in them to allow for arcade operators can connect these things to the internet and use them to make other kinds of money, to use them as like servers or use them as other types of devices. That's all I got.
So you mean lots of rich billionaires are going to log in and start farming Bitcoin on their arcade machines?
Yes, I think that's what they mean. I think it's going to be a Bitcoin mining thing.
Is this secretly so that say you can make a load of money behind the scenes? They were like, yes, funnel it into our arcade machines. It's completely fine. And then this is what they can use to fund their disappearance.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, it seems shady. Like, why would they announce this?
Makes no sense.
It seems so weird. Like, and also the thing is, realistically, of all the potential computing power you could do, or secure server farms, like, no, I'm going to go and use these arcade cabinets sitting in this dusty corner. I love arcade cabinets, to be clear, but they're going to be like, I'm going to use this dusty arcade cabinet, and instead I'm going to use this for my business. No, I think I'd probably rather go to a server and just use that.
Well, I think the thought is that these things are sitting there idle, right, at night. So like your arcade is open during the day. Well, it's not now, but your arcade is theoretically making money during the day. But then it's the machines are still on, at night. So why not use them for something? And that something is probably Bitcoin mining, even though they don't say it outright. It reminds me, I remember when GPU prices were going crazy because Bitcoin was outrageously high.
Right.
So what people were doing was they're buying up all the GPUs, sticking them in server racks, and just mining. And it got to the point where you couldn't find any GPUs for computers on the shelves. Like, they just weren't there. Yeah. So that lasted for a long time, like 6 months to a year, I feel like.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden what you saw was that people were putting out these programs. They say, okay, just run this on your computer and you'll be mining Bitcoin for us collectively, and then we'll pay you for your computer time. So like, you make, like, if you ran it all night, you might make $1 or something like that, you know? Which it didn't make any sense. It wasn't worth it because you'd use more electricity than it was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But this is what it feels like to me. That's the kind of the program that it seems like to me. It's just weird to see Sega.
What a weird announcement from Sega.
Yeah. And like, people were genuinely excited because Sega, you know, people have a lot of love in their hearts for Sega, me included.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, going back to the 16-bit days and the Dreamcast, you know, they made some awesome games. They just spoke to like a teenage person in a way that I think was in a formative time that, you know, people have a lot of love for them.
Yeah.
And this game do something like this. It's just so bizarre.
A little strange.
Yeah. And they just came off of the Sega, like that awesome Genesis Mini. That was really fantastic device.
Yeah. That was good.
I feel like it was diversion. I feel like there's some behind the scenes Sega Yakuza boss who's like, yo, we need to make some money. Let's do this. We'll peddle them some small consoles. We'll give them a 5th console that doesn't actually do anything. And then secretly they'll mine loads of money in our arcade machines. And then every day we'll open up the back of the arcade machine, take some of the coins out, and we'll make loads of money.
The Yakuza and Sega are allegedly very closely tied together for a long time.
I am not surprised.
There are some really great YouTube videos about like the ties, like really strong ties, allegedly.
Like, yep, that's how they're going to do it. Sega's make a comeback. It'll be like the next generation. They're just slowly doing this, and they're siphoning all the money, and then they're going to be like, when PS6 goes to go be announced, Sega is going to come back at E3 and be like, we're back. We've made the next generation console.
Sega Pluto!
It's like, it's got 30 teraflops in just one side of the console.
That's right.
Did they ever have a Jupiter?
A Jupiter? What's that?
Well, there was the Sega Saturn, you know, like.
I feel like that might have been a code name or something. It sounds familiar.
Briar said the Pluto, the Sega Pluto.
The Pluto.
Sega Uranus.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
I mean, Sega's actually doing awesome stuff right now. Like, if you look at the Switch and Google Sega Ages, they are making like awesome ports of old video games, like really good. Like, if you get Outrun, like there's a bunch of cool modes in there. They have like old graphics and new graphics. Same with virtual racing. Like, there's really cool stuff. Yeah. They got M2 doing like a bang up job on like making these things feel fresh again. But it's weird. Then they also Bitcoin mining on arcade hardware. Gaming. Fog gaming, you know, fog. That stuff that makes you not be able to see what's right in front of your face.
It's just so weird to be like fog gaming, but then have it be like a data mining type of network that you use when you're not actually using your arcade machines.
They're just trying to obscure your vision so you just can't see what's really going on.
They haven't said it outright, but that's what it reads as.
That's what it sounds like.
It's true.
Yeah. Here's an article from VGC where they say the tech will allow arcades to divert the CPU and GPU power of their machines for other purposes and commercially adds the benefit of being able to make money outside of business hours. And what else?
It's Bitcoin what is that? Farming.
Either that, or they're just gonna use it to like launder money.
Right? Like, just they're making millions of half-penny transactions across the world.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Okay, that is super weird, man.
Yeah.
Super, super weird.
My heart goes out to Sega. I hope things turn out better. People were hoping that it was going to be like the announcement of something new, like a Sega Saturn like Mini or a Sega Dreamcast.
Like you said, the Sega Pluto.
The Pluto, man. Nothing.
Missed opportunity.
Oh man.
I've been trying to buy a Sega Saturn recently. I want to get one modded for RGB output, so then I can then hook it up to something that can convert RGB to HDMI.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'm going to also add an optical disc emulator so that you can put a memory card into it instead of buying all the discs. Because buying Sega Saturn games is expensive.
Okay.
But you can download them all for free.
Having a physical copy is tough, yeah. That's funny. Is that SideQuest? Do we get anything else?
I think so.
That was on the list?
mean, like, it was appropriately SideQuesty.
It was SideQuesting.
I think that's the week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is the week. We touched on it just briefly, barely at the beginning of the show, but obviously all the stuff that's going around the world right now, it's, it's very important to not lose the momentum that's going on with the Black Lives Matter movement. So if you guys are out there protesting peacefully, thank you. That's amazing. And I know stuff is developing, but it's a long road. There's a lot of changes that have to happen with that stuff. So it's not going to just get fixed from a week of protesting. This is the type of stuff that is going to take a lot of effort from a lot of people around the world. Absolutely. But also, obviously, a lot of policy changing that has to happen in America. And that's going to happen from protesting, from speaking out, and voting on all levels, from federal, state, local. All those are incredibly important to make actual change happen in your neighborhood, in your state, in the country, for United States. So that's extremely important. If you want to join the movement and get more involved, which I highly encourage, go to blacklivesmatter.com and you can sign petitions. You can donate to organizations that are trying to make big changes happen. You can help go to organize and help go to peaceful protests. And I emphasize peaceful because that's the way you make these type of changes happen. So, yeah. So thank you to everyone out there who's doing that stuff. And don't lose momentum, Yeah. Don't lose momentum. Sure. It's got to carry. It's got to carry forward. So.
Also, shout out for Pride Month.
Yes.
As a father, I got nothing but big daddy hugs for all you. Love you.
There you go. DCP stands by all you guys. So thank you very much. Yeah, that's the show. We'll most likely have another one next week that's going to have juicy news for PS5.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Play Bingo Part 2.
Yeah, Bingo Part 2. And then DCP Live will be back on Thursday as well, obviously with the new stuff that's happening in Destiny. Always exciting to have new content. So thanks for watching. Yeah. If you want to find more of me, I'm at Teft on Twitter. And you can catch my streams, twitch.tv/TeftyTeft, where I'm streaming video games. And I'm also doing music as well with my wife. If you search Tefty and Memes, that's 2 E's, MEEMS on YouTube, you'll see videos of us making music and being creative and all that. That's what we've been doing on YouTube.
You can find me over on Twitter at Arix or YouTube at Scuf Gaming, where this week we'll be talking about lots of PlayStation stuff when it happens. So yeah, that's it.
I'm Brian Rabbit. You can find me trying and failing over and over again to jailbreak my PS Vita. It's been a slow road.
I need to do that.
That's really annoying. Yeah, unless you have one of the old ones with the old firmware, really annoying.
I got both, but I lost the power connector for that, so I ordered a new power connector for the old one. So I'm trying to do the new one. It's not going great.
Yeah.
Looking forward to an update on that next week, Briar.
All right.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next week. Shout out to everyone supporting us on Twitch, Patreon, and all the various listening channels. We really appreciate it, guys. We will see you next week. Bye, everyone.
See you later.
Bye.